Hey there, want to spend less time pulling weeds? Check out Soil Shield by Modern Grower. It's the pre-cut landscape fabric solution to help you drastically reduce weed pressure. Just roll it out, staple it down, and plant. Then let it do the work for you. Say goodbye to endless weeding and hello to more free time. Plus, it's high quality, durable, and will last for years, saving you time and money in the long run. It's available in a variety of row and hole spacings to accommodate all the crops that vegetable farmers grow. Learn more about Soil Shield landscape fabric at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below. When we think about adding compost to the soil, we're adding organic matter to the soil. And when you think about organic matter, that's one measure that a lot of people use to judge their soil. They say, I started at 1% organic matter and now I'm at 5% organic matter. What are your thoughts about evaluating soil quality based upon the percent organic matter in that soil?
You can get tricked by relying on just that one thing. It's like relying on temperature to tell you whether you're healthy or not. Well, your body temperature is not going to be increased when you're dying of cancer. Sorry. Right. It's only good for certain things. Soil organic matter is good for certain types of information, but it doesn't tell you what's going to be going on with the biology. We hope that when we put in fungal foods, that it's going to feed a whole bunch of fungi and fungal biomass is going to increase. What if you have no fungal spores? What if there aren't any fungi in the compost or no fungi in your soil? So you put in fungal foods. It's kind of like going out into the middle of the Sahara Desert and putting down the most incredible smorgasbord that anybody's ever seen on this planet. Nobody's there to eat it. So what good did it do? Same thing with our compost. You've got to make certain that we have really good fungi in that pile, especially if we're putting in lots of good fungal foods for those organisms. So be checking your starting materials and making sure you got some good fungi. And when in doubt, go out someplace and take just the smallest, tiniest little hand of something that's got some good fungal strands in it. You don't need much. We do not need to be destroying our ancient forests in order to build you a better compost pile. So only take a very small amount. Spread that through your compost pile at the beginning of the composting process, so that if there were any diseases or pests in that little handful, you're going to deal with them. If you look at your compost at the end of the composting process, and you can see that there's not a lot of really good fungi in there, you'll probably want to go out and buy some inocula. So go out and get some turkey tail, go out and get some oyster mushroom, go out and get whatever mushroom you want, or one of the spent blocks from a mushroom farm. Just make sure they don't autoclave it before they sell it to you. You add that into your compost pile. So you can always go to your grocery store and buy those mushrooms. You can go buy the blocks from someplace that's not going to autoclave them, so that you can be adding inoculum that you know has no disease or pest organisms in it. Mm-hmm. So you're not giving yourself a worse headache than if you hadn't put any of that inoculum in. So always building that material.
Focusing on organic matter for a second, what are your thoughts on organic matter and that potentially being too high in the soil? Is there a point at which you would say there's too much organic matter? Here's where I'm going with this line of thinking. If you have too much organic matter, that tells me that the biology in the soil isn't consuming that organic matter. If it's just piling up and up and up, you're adding it, but you're not taking it out of the system by the biology in the soil, which leads me to believe that that soil might not be as healthy as the organic matter percent would lead you to believe. What are your thoughts on organic matter being too high and just having too much organic matter?
Yep. And the only way you're going to know whether there's enough biology to be doing the proper decomposition process is to use your microscope.
Okay.
Are the organism numbers dense enough? Because you could put on a mile's worth of organic matter, no organisms. It's just next time it rains, it's going to get waterlogged, and now it's going to cause you a horrible problem. So you've got to have all components within the system, or the system can't work. Make certain that you've got the organisms in the compost. I go out to a lot of forests these days, and I look at the what's on the surface of the forest floor, and I see 2 or 3 inches worth of dead leaf material just sitting on the forest floor. Go back a year from now, now all that is you've got 3.5 inches. Next year it's 4 inches. Next year it's 4.5, and it just keeps getting deeper and deeper. And what that tells me is there are absolutely no fungi in this poor forest. This is a dead, dying forest that I'm walking through, and it tears at your heartstrings to realize that you're walking through something that probably human beings destroyed because of drift of toxic chemicals, because somebody came in and said, oh, these poor trees aren't growing very rapidly, let's put out an inorganic fertilizer. And they absolutely killed all of the biology that makes that old growth forest be an old growth forest. So we have to make certain that the whole system is functioning. Make sure that you've got the microorganisms. Well, if this is an old growth forest, I better be seeing bacteria and fungi in the proper balances. I need to see protozoa, bacterial feeders, strictly bacterial feeders for the most part. I need to see some protozoa, but I don't want to see really high levels, because the fungi and the fungal feeders should be the things that are really high in numbers. I want to see my fungi really high when I pick up a handful of that soil and break it open. Lots of good fungal strands in there. But then I also want to be seeing the nematodes in there, and I want to be seeing the microarthropods, whose function is to eat that fungi, releasing the nutrients so the plants can grow. I want to see earthworms. I want to see encotriids. I want to see spiders, and everything should be present so this can function properly. So it's not just organic matter. We can't use that as the sole determinant of whether this system is healthy or not. We've got to be looking at the biology as well.
Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily is part of the Modern Grower Podcast Network. Check out some of our other shows like Carrot Cash Flow, the Growing Microgreens Podcast, and Farm Small, Farm Smart. Learn more about the shows using the link below.